Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, but this isn't a new comic that's in my hand. We've got the second volume of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther series. This is A Nation Under Our Feet, Book 2. This collects issues 5 through 8 by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Chris Sprouse, Karl Story, Laura Martin, and then also Jungle Action number 6 through 7. So now, basically, if you watch the first review of the first volume that I did, I liked the volume. I think it reads better as a trade than it does as single issues. Ta-Nehisi Coates definitely has issues, or had issues, with some pacing and some storytelling. He's not a comic book writer, so not too shocking that this is a problem. This is where he starts, I think, really getting things down. The pacing starts to get a lot better, and things get a little bit more focused. I think that was another issue with the first volume, is he sets up so much that it feels everything's kind of like short-shrifted. This, though, he focuses on less, which is basically the destabilization of Wakanda, and also T'Challa trying to bring his sister back from her stasis. Is the best way of putting it. And since those are kind of both the focus, it gets a little bit clearer. Like the side story of stuff going on out in the lands with the Midnight Angels and all that stuff, like that's there every so often, but it's not quite dealt with as much. This really is just kind of like, how do you deal with a nation that's on verge of revolution? And that's what I really like about this volume. I have a degree in political science, love political philosophy, could read all the great texts over and over and over again and get something new. Love political philosophy. You can go on forever about where power of rule comes from, what are the rights of war, just war, what are the roles of rulers to the people, what do the people give up when they rule, all that stuff. What's the best type of government? I could go on for hours about that. This feels like kind of like a poli-sci 101 crash course. Really dealing with a lot of that philosophy. This really is a lot of the stuff I dealt with in some of like the 100 classes, 101 classes, of really talking about just rule and where power is derived from with rulers. And, I think that's really interesting. Me with a poli-sci background, not too shocking that I really, really dig that. Ta-Nehisi Coates is, I think, one of the preeminent, or one of the highest profile socio-political commentators, political commentators out there today. Not too shocking, that's what he's focused on with this. Again, said in the original video, is that's one of the things that stands out about, the Black Panther, is that he's not just a superhero, he's also the ruler of a nation. He's one of the few characters who's a superhero and controls a world, or controls a nation. Namor is one, Dr. Doom was another one. So, if there were comics for each of them, I would expect both of those to deal with their balancing their heroics, or Dr. Doom his not so heroics, or is he a hero, whatever, along with ruling their nation. And Namor has done that multiple times in his series, so it's not too shocking that this is here. We also get some better ideas to why the people are enraged as to what's going on. It dives back into a lot of the history, and that's maybe the only negative I've got to say about this series, is that you really need to know how much Wakanda's been beat up on, and kind of to have read those stories to appreciate how much they've been beat up on. And in that case, if you do, you kind of feel for the people a little bit. Where has been their leader during this? He's been off fighting with the Avengers, doing these other things. Has he really been there to defend Wakanda? These are interesting questions. On top of that is, how does he rule and balance being a superhero along with being the ruler of a nation? I think these are all really fascinating questions, and Coates does a very good job throwing those questions out. Now, he maybe doesn't go all the way in on some of the explorations of that, but if that was the case, this would probably be a David Mamet play, and we would just have two people on a stage debating for an hour and a half. I can see a follow-up to Frost Nixon. It could be amazing. We'll have a reporter talking to Black Panther about all that. It could work. It could totally work. Some fan-made video should go do that. So as a whole, I love it. I really, really enjoyed this. I love the basics of it. I love where he's going with it. I love the topics he talks about. This is not your average superhero comic, which is great. Some variety is a good thing. So if you were looking for a comic about someone running around in Black Panther outfit beating the crap out of people, this is not it. If you want something that actually looks at Black Panther, the ruler, the superhero, sins of the past, all that stuff, this is it. Also, there's some really interesting stuff about who he reaches out to try to figure out how to deal with the issues going on in his nation, to try to quell the populations, and what their suggestions are. It's very, very fascinating stuff. And again, if you're really into political science, you're going to dig it. There's also some backup issues here. Not too shocking, these are the first appearance of Killmonger, who is in the current film. Is Don McGregor, Rich Buckler is the artist, Klaus Janson is the inker. And those are good. Like they I don't know if they necessarily hold up all that great over time, but they're still really entertaining. The art for the issue, we got different artists than the first volume. The art holds up, I think, really, really well. Kind of dig it a little bit more than Brian Stelfreeze, but that's kind of a personal opinion thing. As far as extras, we get tons of covers. We've got some scripts. And we have a preview of World of Wakanda, Black Panther World of Wakanda, by Roxane Gay with Ta-Nehisi Coates Consulting. So overall, if you read the first volume, you're going to dig the second volume. This is out now, of course, $15.99. Now, if you're into Black Panther, you should go check out our site, go see the movie absolutely this weekend. And if you're into Black Panther, Marvel, and all that, you can check us out at graphicpolicy.com or on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr. If you want a copy of this, we've got some affiliate links. They're affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, keep reading those comics, make my Marvel, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.